Hiya, welcome back to another video. We got our hands on the Mavic Mini 2. We wanted to fly it yesterday, but we went out and forgot the SD card. That was a bit of a shame. Didn't seem to be any way to make it work. Basically, we couldn't get another one. There was nothing we could do, couldn't record to the screen, and then it wouldn't take off because we had loads of rubbish grass around us and it didn't go well. Anyway, basically I will show you it. So this is what it looks like. Very similar to the previous Mavic Mini 2, except for it comes with a really nice cover to basically protect your propellers, and it does have a gimbal protector as well, but I've left it over there. It looks the same as the one that was there before, but yeah, it's pretty nice. It's got a little light on the front now, and it does do 4K 30 frames a second, which is more than anyone needs really. 4K 60 on the Mavic Air 2 is great, but it's only really useful for slow-mo. So if you're not planning to do slow-mo, then you don't really need more than 30 frames. So here we are. So that supposedly protects your propellers from damage. I guess time will tell, but apart from that, it's pretty much similar. So you can see it's Mini 2, just so we're not, you know, you think we may be making a dodgy video, but we're not. So we've got Mini 2, and then basically pretty much the same deal as before. Everything opens up, looks very similar. Blades look tiny bit different to me. They've got an orange sort of, you know, thing on them now, which they didn't before, and there's a little light on the front which comes on when I was connecting it up, but not sure what that actually does. And I think it's USB-C on the back, which I think it might have been mini USB before, or micro USB. So basically, yep, that's put it down on the pad. We're still in Plymouth, and basically we're going to have a go at flying this next to the sort of famous Brunel Bridge. You know, basically the bridge across the River Tamar, made by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. And next to that is the Tamar Bridge, which is what the cars go across. This bridge is what the trains go across. So what I want to do is I want to turn on the drone. So don't think I did. Yep, there we go. And hopefully now, I can get the phone to connect to it all. Let's have a look. So I'm going to start the recording on that. Connect to the aircraft. It's all connected yesterday, which was so... here we go. SD card space available. Storage location switched to SD. I wasn't aware it had any other storage location. It certainly didn't appear to work last night, so perhaps it was gonna... So let's hope it doesn't blow away. That's one thing we want to see actually. It's apparently got better wind resistance. Apparently it's got better Wi-Fi. It now uses OcuSync 2, which should be similar to the Mavic Air 2. So it'd be interesting to see whether when we stick it straight up, will it get a wind warning, will it get Wi-Fi interference? It's saying no GPS at the moment, so let's have a look. Let's just look at the settings.
The home point has been updated.
Let's set it to 4K video, because there's no point in reviewing a Mavic Mini 2 with you know, 1080p or 2.7, is there? So it's saying GPS signal weak, although now it's starting to pick up. Let's start recording on the drone. Interestingly, it hasn't asked me to calibrate the compass, and I haven't calibrated it yet. So I'm just going to fly it straight away. That's one thing that used to drive me mad about the Mavic Mini. Every time you got it out, compass calibration. Other drones don't seem to do that. So let's see what we get. So
take off.
Here we go.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
I won't bring it too close, but as you can see, if you can do the honours reach and show them. Okay, so there's a military facility nearby, so we have to be a bit careful, so don't want to go too far to these places. So let's have a look. Okay, hang on, cancel that. We're not actually going to go over those. We're not going to go near the military facilities, but yeah, you can see, you know, if I just drop the gimbal down a bit, you can see Rach there. Basically, yeah, it's looking good. Very steady in the air, very happy with it so far. You know, it's all looking good all the way around it. You know, very steady. It was a bit windy earlier, so I was sort of worried a little bit about the wind, but it seems pretty good now. So I'm going to take it out over the river. So I want to get up high and away from everything. So now it's saying that we're about 8 point, so it's going up. We want to get it up above, really. So it's really good so far. I mean, no, I don't want to say the word strong wind warning, because usually when I do, things sort of start to happen and strong wind warnings come in. So I'm going to take it up. I'm going to try and get it sort of up above 50 meters, and then I'm going to take it out a little bit further, because I want to get myself away from the bridge over to the center of the river a bit. But so far we're not seeing any problems, which is pretty cool. And there's the bridge. Once we can back off a bit from that, see if we can back away, try and get a good view of it. Let's have a look. Just want to get back away. Maybe go up a bit. Let's take like a, so we can get the bridge in the view. But yeah, I want to just take a look at the features and see what we're getting in this new drone, which we didn't have previously. Just bank it across the river a bit. Yeah, these bridges are big. So I mean, you're seeing, I wonder if there was a little bit of a jerk then in the camera. You sort of wonder if a big seagull, sort of, there are some birds near that area. I'm wondering if they see the drone over that way. Are you just wondering if some seagulls or something thought, oh, I'm gonna have you? We seem to have a lot of fun with seagulls, and the Mavic Mini is a favourite of theirs. It's quite small. So let's hope that we don't have any problems. Anyway, I want to just bring the camera back up. Yeah, basically it's sat out over the River Tamar. It's all looking good. Everything seems to be nice. Just give you a bit of a look around the area. I don't think any of these are the MOD areas, so I think we should be good. I just want to sort of pan around a bit. So we're recording in 4K 30. Yeah, the dockyard's way off in the distance there. We got no interest in filming the dockyard, as we had no interest in filming the ship the other day that kind of, well, it started to chase us really. We didn't chase it. Don't think it was chasing us really. It was just happened to be in the same vicinity at the same time. But yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit of a cloudy day. It's a bit of a shame really. So it was quite sunny earlier on today, but as it is in the UK, you know, the sun lasts for a good sort of 10-15 minutes and then it goes again. So you have to grab it while you can, and we weren't quick enough. There's I think it's at the Union pub in Saltash there. Basically it's got a massive big Union Jack on the side of it. If you didn't realise what it was called, that would probably give you a good idea. So yeah, you got the bridge over there. I don't want to go the other side of the bridge because that will get close to the MOD area over there, and I don't really want to do that. So but yeah, basically let's halt the recording for a second. Just have a look at the some of the settings, like the quick shot settings in here. So basically from the previous drone, we had Droney, so that's in there. We had Rocket, that's in there. Circle is the same, I believe. Helix is the same. Boomerang is the same. So I think we've got all the same features that we had before. So that's, you know, that's interesting. Basically, there doesn't look like there's any kind of follow modes or any kind of tracking like you get with the Mavic Air 2. Interestingly, this is the DJI Mini 2 now. They've dropped the Mavic name from it. I got a feeling that they're dropping that from a lot of their products. So the Osmo Action, or sorry, the Osmo Pocket 2 is called the Osmo 2. No, sorry, the Pocket 2. So they seem to be saying DJI Pocket 2, DJI Mini 2. So they are dropping the sort of Mavic name, which is a shame because I quite like that. But yeah, we're not seeing any features here that are new, I'd say. So you know, basically it's pretty much the same drone. I think there might be a new panorama mode. which I wonder if you could, I wonder if we could do that. Is there any options in here to do that? Maybe it's under AEB. Oh, I think it now can shoot, I think it can shoot pictures in RAW. It can take raw photos, so you can then kind of adjust them in post-production. It doesn't have a flat profile like we saw on the Fimi the other day, where we color graded the footage. It doesn't have a flat profile, so you only get basic video options. So it's still very much a beginner drone. But one thing that I think most people who are beginner drone users, if you like, such as ourselves, I'll just start recording again. The reason that we are so happy, I think, with this so far is that we just want a drone that you can get up there, film in good quality, and just as I say it, no strong wind warnings. Of course, there has been a strong wind warning, so it's amazing. Every time I sort of get close to, you know, saying anything about strong wind warnings, is that, you know, it just seemed to be sort of, yeah, it did seem to be having a bit of fun there, didn't it? Basically, like, it seems to, like, kind of, you know, like it was shaking, like side to side. You know, there was quite a quick little jolt there. Now that could be the wind, I suppose, but I'm wondering if it's something to do with seagulls. So, you know, it could be seagulls. So hopefully not, because I think the Mavic Mini, although it's, you know, not a totally weak drone, I'd imagine that the seagulls would win in a fight. So but yeah, basically, you know, it's a more basic drone. It's not got tracking features. It's got some nice sort of cool features for getting shots of yourself on a beach where it flies away from you. It's got some nice sort of video features, but it doesn't have the more advanced tracking functions where you see like a car go down the road and the drone follows it down the road. That sort of thing is absent still from this drone. But that's not to say that it isn't a good drone. I mean, it's a shame that we didn't, yeah, we just got like a strong wind warning, although that's gone now that I've dropped the height slightly. So you're not going to get Mavic Air style wind resistance here. You're going to, apparently it can cope with 24-mile-an-hour gusts. I looked up earlier and there was a potential for 35-mile-an-hour gusts today with an average of 22 miles per hour wind. So it's doing pretty well in the average wind, but when the gust picks up, it's probably then getting its strong wind warning from that. It's actually quite dingy that way if I'm going to turn it round. Also, interestingly, it's kind of adopted the speed settings of the Mavic Air, because it now has N mode instead of P mode, which it was in the previous Mini. And if I just bring it over, it's got a nice new controller as well. So you've got the same controller pretty much from the Air 2. Now, I don't know, the Air 2 ones, our LEDs were white and these ones are green, which is very odd. And the home button is slightly different. There's a pause and a return to home button. So maybe that's a stop and start, return to home. But yeah, apart from that, you know, it's a very solid, you know, metal, you know, sort of sticks. You know, it's a decent controller for the money that you're paying, really. This was, you know, we got the Fly More combo with 3 batteries, with the famous satchel that I sort of derided with the Mavic Air 2. And to be honest, the satchel isn't too bad. I'm not sure I would trust it with my lunch yet, but the Mavic Mini hasn't been damaged yet. Well, in fact, we haven't taken all the labels off and such what, but basically, yes, you get this satchel, and I thought, well, we'll give it a try. We kind of slated it before. We wanted the hard shell, but actually, you know, I thought, give it a go. And also, we didn't have time to mess around. We just had to order it and get it delivered. And back in the UK, that's pretty good. You tend to be able to get things pretty much the same day or next day. So that's what we did. But yeah, you're getting a good controller. Yeah, you're getting a really nice controller. Yeah, it's sitting up there in the sky, no problems. You know, it's not blowing around. You know, it's really happy. So basically, yeah, you're getting a nice new sort of like much upgraded controller. The Mavic Mini controller, although I didn't dislike it, it was just not as premium quality as this, and I think that we haven't had a Wi-Fi interference issue. So I think they must have watched my previous video when we were on holiday, and I was moaning about why can't you just give us some decent signal, and we've got it. Basically OcuSync 2, you know, this is the drone really that the Mavic Mini 1 should have been. They've kind of refined it all and made it a lot better. And yeah, some people are complaining about the lack of, you know, smart motion tracking and stuff like that, but you know, they've got to kind of draw a line, haven't they, somewhere. And this is a good beginner drone for people who just want to kind of, you know, get out on the, you know, get out and about and fly a drone around. They're not going to use all those features. I mean, how many people use the tracking features apart from professional users? I don't think they do. So I think most people just want a good drone that you can take out. Hopefully you'll have good weather and you can film a bridge or two. And I think that's what people want to do with it. They want something that can land correctly back on its landing pad, and we'll find out whether it's got intelligent landing in a minute. One thing we can do is have a look in the settings. Strong wind warning again. Soon as you're singing its praises, strong wind warning. But let's have a look to see if we've got precision landing. I don't know. Don't see anything in here about intelligent landing. Let's go through. Yeah, we don't like to research drones or look at them before we actually take them out and you know, check things out. We just like to sort of wing it, go through the features with you guys and find out exactly what's happening when it's happening. So that's what we're doing. I can't see anything about landing. So, but I tell you what, you know, apart from the strong wind warning, which I think you can forgive it today, it's not mega windy, but it's not, you know, it's not that, you know, it's going to be more windy out over the river there. I think, you know, mostly it was the connection issues. It was always the connection issues that annoyed people. I mean, a little bit of wind, yeah, but yeah, I can't see anything about, I mean, what, advanced safety? No, I can't see anything in here about landing, so I think we're all right. But yeah, I mean, a really good drone. Let's just see if we can have a look around again. I wonder if I can get it to like cinematically turn. In fact, let's have a look at the mode. You can put it in cine mode, and that's a slow speed mode. So yeah, let's just sort of see if that improves the spin around. Just having a look at strong wind. I mean, the thing is, I really want to test its return to home, so we're going to have to sort of get it away from strong wind one. So let's just bring it down slightly, bring it back down a bit, because, you know, it's high up, it's 70 meters in the air. So let's just bring it back down. Yeah, that suppressed it. So cinema mode should move much more cinematically, let's say. And of course, you all know we're the best at cinematic shots, and you know, previous videos we've accomplished such great cinematic performances with the drone. No, we haven't. But yeah, let's give it a go. Let's try and sweep around. Yeah, it's looking good. You can sort of see back towards Plymouth over there on the left. Oh, by the way, yeah, I should explain. So basically, this side of the river which we're on, and where the Mavic Mini took off from, this side is Devon, Plymouth side of the border, if you like, and that side over there is Saltash, and that's in Cornwall. So basically, we're on county lines here with the drone. And basically, yeah, so yeah, I think it is sweeping around cinematically, actually. Yeah, it looks pretty cinematic to me on the screen, so it should look quite good in 4K later on. Yeah, so I think that's Saltash, and you've got Tor Point sort of, you know, I don't know whether you could have seen. No, I think Tor Point's further down around the corner, so I don't think you see that. But there, yeah, that's Saltash there. There's the bridge across, Brunel Bridge across there. And you've got, so that's a train bridge, and you've got the Tamar Bridge behind it, which is the road bridge, and you can go across that if you want to fork out sort of £2 to go and see the Cornish lot over there, which, you know, at the moment you probably wouldn't be doing, what with you know, COVID about. But yeah, so that's cinema mode. You've got normal mode, which is now N mode, so that must mean what they mean by N mode. So for some reason the Mavic Mini had P mode. You know, it's come out really sunny and it's a strong wind warning again. Yeah, we really want to try out that you know, the feature, so we don't want it to go into wind mode. But anyway, you've got sport mode, and that should move it pretty fast, I would say. So yeah, you should be able to go pretty fast with sports mode. Look, we're getting about 8.8 meters a second. Oh, hang on, what happened there? Well, that must have been another seagull, I reckon. I really hope that these seagulls don't knock it out of the sky. Well, I'm going to pick up the gimbal. Right, I think I'm probably going to bring it in case the seagulls attack it. I don't know if they're attacking it, but I just can't think what would make it judder around. I don't think there's any problems with the drone. I mean, I didn't do the firmware update. Maybe that was a silly thing not to do. But yeah, so strong wind warning again. So we're sort of, it's getting stronger, isn't it, the wind? So let's bring it down a bit lower. Let's see if that strong wind warning goes away. I'm going to bring it back up again because I want to be above 50 meters. Well, I'm going to try pressing the button for return to home. What happens when you do that? No, I'm going to put it in normal mode again, sorry. Then press the return to home button. What happens if you hold it?
Go home.
Yeah, so you have to hold and press the button to get it to go home. But here you go, it should be coming back to us now. So what it might do, I don't think it will actually. I think it's set to 30 meters. So you can set in the settings a return to home height. Some people like to set a sort of height of about 60 meters. Then it kind of goes up. And I think that's so they can avoid any obstacles near where they might be. So they basically, you know, they go up to 60 meters, come back and then come back down, which obviously makes things a lot better for the drone, because especially with the drone with no obstacle avoidance, we just need to be careful, I think, with this drone, just make sure it doesn't hit any of these very large pillars that hold the bridge up, because we're kind of under the bridge at the moment. But yeah, so let's just hang on a second, let's just check it, because I think what I might do is, right, hang on, I'm going to cancel the return to home because I want to make sure that this
battery level is low.
Okay.
The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, so yeah, I mean, oh, hang on. So when I bring it back, but I don't want to bring it back into the bollard. So return to home may not be the most useful feature. Okay, there we go, yeah. So it's moaning about low battery. And it's amazing, you know. Maybe we've just been here longer than we realised, but yeah, basically it's just up there, so we're alright. Let's bring it back down, bring it forward, and then I wonder if we can get it to return to home. Right, so it's going to go up to 30 metres. Yeah, there it is. I don't think I think this bridge is higher than 30 metres, so it should be alright. Let's see it go up. Hang on, let's let it go. I want to keep an eye on it because I don't want it hitting that big pillar there. Hang on. No, so I've cancelled that, hang on. Reason being is it looked pretty much like it was landing. It looked like it was going into the bridge there. I didn't really want it to go into the bridge, so we don't want to do anything dangerous. Let's bring it over. Let's bring it back manually. We have to be sensible, really. We don't want to damage the bridge. Well, I don't think we'll damage the bridge somehow, but we don't want to annoy any of the bridge authorities. So let's drop it back.
Critically low battery. Landing.
So there we go. So there we go, confirm. So basically it says critically low. I didn't notice it get that low, to be honest with you. Maybe I should have paid more attention to that. You should definitely watch you know, your battery meter. But yeah, I mean, that was me trying to land it on the pad, so I guess we don't know if it had intelligent landing. I'm just going to turn off the recording. Something you need to do on Mavic drones. Well, that's the weird thing. Can we call them Mavic drones anymore? I am going to. Basically, yeah, so for these type of drones, you have to turn off the recording. I'm going to turn off the drone because I don't want the battery to get too low. because if you basically have a low battery, yeah, there we go, that's all good. Yeah, so if you have a low battery, you know, and it gets too low, I mean, this is a new drone, so the battery's probably quite good, but we don't want it to get too low, because if it gets too low, then what will happen is the battery could die, and then we've got a problem. I know we've got another 2 batteries, but you don't want to ruin your battery for no reason, do you? So yeah, basically that was that's the Mavic Mini 2. Well, the DJI Mini 2, which sounds rubbish. Mavic Mini 2, come on. Anyway, it's a great drone. I mean, we had a few strong wind warnings as per the old drone, so whether, you know, maybe on a more less windy day maybe it would have been a bit better, but I don't know. So I'm guessing there's still a bit of an issue around wind resistance, but it's a very light drone. I mean, it's under 250 grams, so it's 249 grams, which makes it exempt from like kind of licensing and that kind of stuff. So you know, there's always a compromise, you know, but this is the first drone, you know, that you should be getting as a beginner. This is the first sort of proper drone, really. I mean, anything else is a toy, really. So this is great, and I think, you know, for this weight, you're gonna have to put up with a bit of strong wind warnings. You know, obviously the footage, we'll look at the footage when we edit the video. I don't think it'll come out too bad. The strong wind warnings won't be a big issue, really. So I've never found the drone to just kind of crash and, you know, blow up in a million flames. So strong wind warning or 2, I think we can accept that. One thing that didn't happen was perfect signal all the way. We didn't have any issues with signals. There's a train going over now, but we didn't have any issues with signal to the Mavic Mini. So I think we can be really happy with the improvement in the signal, which I think would have been the main gripe with the original Mavic Mini, where we just felt every time we took it out, we couldn't take it up, and, you know, it just seemed to be constantly no signal. I mean, when we were in Varna that time, you know, what we were seeing on the screen was totally out of kilter with the drone. You know, we were just kind of in the end having a bit of a fun play around as if it was a toy drone. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. So thanks for watching. I reckon it's a goer. I reckon, you know, people should get this drone. It's good. I really glad I bought it. Yeah, definitely improvement on last time. So, you know, great new controller. You know, so very happy. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please tell your friends, please tell everyone you can. Please watch the next video. You've been great as always. Thanks very much. Take care.